Welcome, welcome, welcome. My brothers and sisters, we back. We back. Man, it feels good to say that. I've been gone for quite some time. But, I'm sure y'all been taking care of yourselves. Y'all been doing right. Y'all been taking into consideration of the information that I've been able to share in the past on my channel and things of that nature. But how y'all been? I got some catching up to do, of course. But like I said, I hope y'all been taking care of yourselves. This past year, I told y'all I was going to college and everything like that. And it was by far the greatest experience of my life. And I know I kind of hesitate when I say that, but prior to arriving to college, I was going through a tough time mentally. You know what I mean? So it was kind of hard for me to stay on track, to really do the things I love. It was hard for me to stay energized. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to get up in the morning. And it was hard. But I realized that when one door shuts in your life, another one opens. And that was the case for me, and I don't regret it at all. But yeah, I was also working part-time. Being a college student, you gotta have some money. You got to. You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta, I'll be making a video about that in the future. But today I want to talk about finding self-acceptance. A lot of people might ask, what is self-acceptance? How do you find it, or where does it stem from, or what is the opposite of self-acceptance? I'll be covering all that in just a bit. But yeah, I haven't been doing much these past 12 months, a year since I haven't been on YouTube. As you can see, last time I was here, I had a haircut, and now it's all grown out and everything. But one thing that hasn't changed is, me being in the backyard, listening to the birds sing, getting some sun. It's like the closest thing to nature I have, but I take advantage of it. You know what I mean? And it's beautiful. I love coming out here. I love making videos. And yeah, but self-acceptance. Let me give y'all a little backstory. When I first started YouTube, I asked myself, what can people possibly learn from me? There's so many teachers with experience, with practice, so much more than I can give. So it's like from the get-go, I was already doubting myself. I was already going down to the lowest of, self-acceptance or self-confidence you can have. It's the opposite of confidence. So I realized that Anyone can learn from someone. Anyone. Don't matter who you are, don't matter where you at in life. You have something to give. You are relevant. You are important. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Because you deserve a spot in this world. And as much negativity it is today, it is hard to spread love. It is hard to care for one another. But love is the higher frequency. That'll set you free. And so when I thought that to myself, I said that to myself, and I said, I can't give up. I can't just stop. After a few videos, I may not be getting as much views. Why does it matter? I love myself. I've came to a level of self-acceptance, and I feel great where I am in my life right now. And it is only right that I give others that same level of confidence, that same level of acceptance. You may be in high school or college like myself, or you may be working, a 9 to 5, or maybe something greater than that. Not putting down anybody who works 9 to 5. Don't get me wrong. If you're able to get up in the morning, if you got a family or not, if you got a household to pay for or not, if you got a car to pay for or not, you are still a hard-working person. You are strong enough to wake up early in the morning. You got some people who struggle to maintain a healthy lifestyle, but they do it anyways because they prioritize self. Self-acceptance is essential to one's mental well-being. And when I say that, I mean that it is important that we take care of the mind. It is important that we feed it positive energy, and most importantly, stay away from the toxicity. Stay away from the negativity. Because like I stated before, there's too much of that in this world right now. If you can focus on the individual, which is yourself, if every single person in this world can focus on themselves, can reach enlightenment, which is hard being at the time we are in this world, but it is not impossible. This world will be a much better place. But it all starts from the ground up. It all starts with the mind. Change everything you do, or not even change, but just look at what you do on a daily basis and ask yourself, is this something that I want to be doing 5, 10 years from now? If it is, if you're satisfied with what you're doing, by all means, I have no say in what you do. But if you feel like there's room for improvement, if you think, the sky's the limit and your potential is through the roof, you should strive for greater. You should detach yourself from everything that is holding you back. And you don't stop. You don't stop. Even when you get there, you push for new limits. You reach higher expectations. And You become this godlike human, if you get what I'm saying. You know, but it just starts from the ground up, and you have to take care of yourself. One thing about self-acceptance is that you have to let go. You have to let go. Let go and move on from that breakup. That woman or man might have been the greatest person that you've ever met. And you shared so many memories with that person. But it is only right that you move on. If you continue sobbing and dwelling upon the mistakes that you made, you will lose yourself at the end of the day. And I don't want that for you. I'm sure you don't want that for yourself. I know it is hard, but you can do it. It is nothing in this world that you cannot accomplish. It is nothing that is impossible. Me, myself, I was dealing with a breakup before I went to college and everything. You know, now I'm back home. And she was one of the greatest, probably the greatest woman I've ever met in my lifetime. And to this day, I've never met no one like her. But if I stayed in the state of mind that I was in prior to me overcoming, you know, prior to me going to college and everything, it would have been hard for me. I wouldn't have been able to continue and go throughout life like that. And so I told myself, you know what? I want something new. I want to reach my highest limits, my highest potential. And so that's what I did. You know, those friends that you are hanging around with right now, they may not be or have your best interests at heart. And those are not people that you want to be around. Detach yourself. Isolate yourself. Because you deserve so much more. You deserve to be around better energy. Another thing about self-acceptance is that you must embrace your strengths. Acknowledge what you are good at. And stop beating yourself up, reaching these expectations that other people set on you. Because come on now, like, you may be a singer. You know, you want to sing on stage one day. It may not be in a crowd of 1 million people. It may not be in a crowd of 1,000 people. It could be as little as, you know, you at a birthday party of a family member, and you could be singing happy birthday to a family member. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, things like that are just fine. It is just fine. You know what I mean? You don't have to do these crazy, like, outstanding things that is like way beyond someone's reach. Even though you can, and I believe you can. But don't let people do that to you. It's gonna be draining, and you will lose yourself. So, acknowledge what you are good at. Focus on them strengths. Keep working on those strengths until you no longer have a weakness. And I mean no weakness at all. Nothing that nobody can use against you. Because your greatness cannot be comprehended. It cannot be explained with words. It is unlimited. If you do those things, you have already reached probably even 80-90% of what self-acceptance is. You have to put in the work, though. You have to. Last but not least, you must have a positive outlook on life. You may have a person who you've known for years who have just passed away. You may, like I said, you may be dealing with a breakup. You may have lost your job. You may have been kicked out of school. You may have lost a car or a house. Something that you hold deep within. But at the end of the day, you still have yourself. At the end of the day, you have to realize that these challenges are put in our paths to only make us stronger. Only make us stronger. Nothing can stop you. Nothing. The greatest thing a person can lose in this lifetime is themselves. Over anybody and anything. Because think about, if you can't walk that last mile, nobody can walk that for you. You know, it just can't be done. But you can. And that right there should give you an extreme amount of confidence. Because no one can but you.